everybody and welcome on my YouTube channel. You are with Alendris and today I'm on the tester server to finally try for you the VIP hero of March. It's a strength frontliner, it's Blood Tyrant.
Nature is cruelty, and cruelty is in my nature.
Blood Tyrant is a sort of a crocodile, and if you are playing League of Legends you probably recognized Renekton, and this hero I like his looking, I want to tell, but it seems to be a hard copy of him. So let's check first of all his statistics. We will check the statistics of Blood Tyrant inside the game, because for the moment on the website a charge point TK is not available, but don't worry, I think during the evening you will add him and you could find anything that you want. So I will put a link on the description of my video like usual, so if you want to check his statistics, his stuff or something else in according of your own level, you can do it. For the moment we will check his statistic at level 108. I specially didn't add the last item like usual, because for the moment I think most of players are level 108 or less, and for sure we have some Russia who are already 110 or 109. For them, they can watch on the website hcharge.tk. So about his HP, 150,000. I add already the training field, because in the training field you will have HP, attack power and armor. So it's the total of HP will be 150 nearly at level 108. 1870 of armor. It's also really strong armor for this hero. 800 of magical resistance. It's not weak, it's not amazing, but for a frontliner, a strength frontliner, it's not ridiculous at all. Physical crit we have 1120. It's not a high score, but I think this hero will be more a breather than something else. It means he will do some DPS like Hercule, but most of the time he will be in front line and he will hold damages. So we will see, and perhaps I'm mistaken, but I think it will be something like that. And a little dodge score, 25, not amazing, but dodge help always, so we will see. It's all for his statistic. You can see a training field boost, HP, attack damage and armor, like I told. And I forget something, it's a beast hero, so actually it doesn't help so much, but you know it. And it's like that. So let's check now his skills. So let's begin with the ultimate of Blood Tyrant, Blood Massacre. Stockton consumes energy to restore his own HP and damage nearby enemies over time. Increases damage by 2750. We will see, but in my opinion, he will be able to survive a lot with this skill, and if he can add some damages, it's exactly in the way that I was speaking. It's a sort of breather. The green skill, Grip of Brutality. Stockton uses his claw to drag an enemy to himself, so it's a sort of grab, not bad also, and some damages, 5500. The blue skill, Bloody Tearing. Stockton sweeps enemy in front of him and restores its own energy for each target he hits. So this one can be really strong. I'm thinking especially with the chemist that we discovered yesterday. If you have all enemies in one point, I think he will be able to restore a lot of energy and to do his ultimate more quickly. So also it's something that we have to try. And finally the purple skill, Blood Exile. Stockton's basic attack and skill can impose a tearing mark on the target, causing him to lose HP per second. The mark can be stacked up to 5 times. Stockton deals double damage to enemies with 5 times mark. So can be really strong, can be good, and can be bad, because all will be in according of the percentage that he has to apply the mark. If it's something over 50%, it will be strong. If it's 5%, you already understood that it will not be interesting. So it's all for the skills description. Let's now check his positions on the battlefield. Blood Tyrant is a frontliner with really strong defensive statistics, so we will see exactly where he will be. Oh, okay, he's behind. I'm little surprised about that. But he is really behind. Actually, yes, it's... Oh, okay, he's in front of, of Bounty Queen. Amazing. All other heroes are in front for the moment. Okay, he's in front of Agility heroes. Really good. In front of Griffin. It's not crazy useful to know, but it's like that. Heaven Amber is in front. Okay, so accepted Agility's heroes, it seems to be in front of all. Behind, sorry, of all. Even look, Albert Master is behind, is in front of him. It's crazy. Okay. Avenger in front. Okay. Rabbit, where is Rabbit is in front also. And Turtle will be in front for sure. Ah, we have some heroes still. Okay. Okay, so he's behind anything excepted agility heroes in front lane. So we will see. Perhaps he doesn't have so much survivability that I'm expecting. I still didn't test him, so we will discover this together. Let's begin by the skill test. For this test, I launched only a Blue Tyrant. I think he will be able to survive. So we will see the mechanic. Okay, this is a grab. And you see, it's applied 1 tier. So when it will be 5 tier, 2 already, 3. And when it will be 5, it will be double damage. And I think double damage, it's insane. And you see also the damage over time. 5,500, 5,500, and so on. And now it's a 5 stack. Chaplain just saved Admiral. Okay, the grab. I don't know if the grab is grabbing only one hero or if it's grabbing all heroes in front of him. We will test it after, for sure, because actually he's not going to the back lane. He just destroyed Admiral. So let's see with Chaplain if he's able to kill her. 1 stack. Second stack, third, 4. Oh, it's insane. With the ultimate, you apply all stack directly. She will not be able to survive. She will not be able. You will see damage will be insane. She can't hold. And the dot is crazy. 5,500 every second. Oh yeah, 600,000 against this composition. I'm really curious to see what he will be able to do in real condition. We will test him first of all for the damage test. We will have already the answer if he's grabbing one hero or all heroes in the range. So let's see. Oh, it's all heroes in the range, so it's pretty cool. You see that the blue skill is regenerating his energy pretty quickly. I'm playing 1 versus 5 because in according of his life steal, I know that he will never die. You can see, it's just insane. Okay. Okay, I will accelerate the fight for you. You will see the result at the end. He's nearly able to kill them alone. It's this with crazy. If you have one hero with cancelling the heal, the fight is finished. Okay, so let's see. 2,418,000 damage. I can tell that it's the new record of the damage test. The last one was for Shadow Reaper some days ago, some weeks ago. So now it's for a Blue Tyrant. We have his potential of damage. Let's see now what he can do in a real team. For this first real fight against a Turtle Fighter team, I want to highlight one point. I was thinking that he could hold in a front lane, but in fact, due to his green skill, who will grab everyone in front of him, he will receive so much damage that most of the time he will not be able to do what he wants. You will see it. Now he's in a front lane. He will survive by one miracle, but is in trouble and he grab every DPS in front of him. So finally, to survive, it's really difficult. And especially when you have strong front lane and your DPS who are a little squishy behind, he can't go to these DPS, and you see the result. Finally, he did a correct amount of damage, and 260, it's not bad, but he couldn't shine like he wants because he has some problem to catch arrows that he can kill. So it's really what I was thinking. It's a breather and it's not a tank. So you will have to pair him with a real tank to get something better. So let's see in another situation. For this fight, I have decided to put a dwarf to push the team in one position and to see if I can grab more than 2 arrows. But you see that even I'm not able to grab the mid lane with this composition with really aggressive commando and dwarf to push the team. I don't think that we can do better in the early match. After that, I'm using Chemist skin who will push all in one position, and like that for sure I will success. I hope I will success to make shine my Tyrant, Blood Tyrant. So now they are all in one place. He's still a lot of energy and he's dealing a lot of damage, and the fight is over in some seconds. You can see 410,000 damage. It was not bad at all, and Chemist 249. So you have a potentiality for this hero, you see it, but you need to think about the way that you will use him. It's not a random hero that you can send with any team and will do the job. So let's see now a last situation. Last situation, I want to see if he can survive for a magical burst. So I'm against a full magical burst team. Oh, he's in trouble, but I play with some heal in my team, and for sure when you are playing against a burst team, if you are not playing with a counter burst, you have to play with some heal. So for the moment I will perhaps survive, I don't know, it's difficult. Okay, get some heal. Now it will be better. I killed already 2 strong DPS. And yes, I think it will be okay. I will accelerate the fight a little bit. Yes, so it's possible. And after that, for sure, he will do the job because magical damage dealer doesn't have so much resistance from damage. So in that case, we will finish the fight. All full life and damages 401,000. So it's not bad at all. You see that I played a special setup with a lot of defensive heroes to make him survive, but it's possible. So now I understand, I think, exactly how he's working. I will speak now about his strengths and weaknesses. 3 points as strength for Blood Tyrant. The first one, it is survivability, who is really good. I don't want to tell that he's insane as survivability, because I think if you are using him as a solo tank, for example, you can burst him with a magic team and he will die without any problem. So it's a good hero who has a good survivability. And finally, I begin to think about his position, what I was telling in the beginning of the video, and I think he has a proper position in according of his skills. And finally, he has some regeneration with his ultimate, he has some regeneration with his purple skill. So and with his lifesteal for sure. So it's one hero will be difficult to kill, but it's possible to kill him anyway. Unfortunately, I want to tell. Second point, he will be really strong in PvE because the purple skill will be stacked, and for example when you are fighting in boss war or in red boss, the stack will stay at 5 for all the duration of the fight, and he will deal some insane damages. So it's a really good point. And last point, his capacity to deal some damage in PvP this time, because you could see during my video, if you have the proper setup in front of you, you can do some insane damage. Let's now speak about his weaknesses. 3 points also as weaknesses for Blood Tyrants. The first point is that he needs time to be efficient. He needs to apply 5 marks on one or several targets to get a huge DPS. Before that, he is dealing some damage, but nothing crazy. And even for his ultimate will help to apply marks, he will need some time. The second point, it says green skill. Green skill looks crazy strong when you are reading it and when you see what he is doing first time, but finally when you are thinking a while, it's not so amazing, and I'm explaining why. Most of the time you have the front line in front of you. In the front line you can have Hercule, you can have Albert Master, Scabbardless Blade, and so on. So what you will do, you will grab them in the middle of your side, on your battlefield, and you will not be able to kill them directly because they are 3 and they are strong. So they will be in the middle of your team, you will deal some damage but you will die. Finally with your Blood Tyrant, when you have a Scabbardless, Albert Master and Hercule in front of you, you will die. And after, you will let all enemies in the middle of your team who will destroy all your teammates. So I like how it's designed because I understand what they did, but in fact it's not so strong that it looks like. And the last point, against team with a strong of mobility, it's not so good, because for example he will apply his mark on Albert Master. For example, Albert Master will move, he will be behind, or on Turtle Fighter will be behind, Turtle Fighter will lose the mark, and finally he will never apply a 5 mark and it will not be so efficient. So it's not a catastrophe for sure, but I will give you my final opinion about Blood Tyrant. Finally, for me, a Blood Tyrant will be suitable in Grand Arena, Grand Tournament, War of the God and Championship. He will be really useful in PvE, like I told, but why I put him only suitable? Because you need a specific setup in front of you to be able to use him. If you have one setup with only one tank, why not to use him? If you have one setup with, for example, some heroes who are in the same position, you can use him. If you have one setup without so much mobility, without Turtle Fighter and so on, you can use him. So you have some possibilities. For sure, this hero is interesting, but it's not a game changer at all, and it's not a bomb who will destroy anything in his way. And fortunately, I want to tell, so we have one good VIP hero this month, but nothing crazy. It's all for today. It was only my opinion for sure, so perhaps you have another. It's now time to conclude. Thank you everybody for watching this video. Don't hesitate to subscribe, like and share to support my work if you enjoy it. See you soon for another video. Bye bye.